New achievement. You are now the best in the dungeon. Reward? Your only reward is now you get to rule over all these other poor bastards that are stuck listening to your ass all day. Who am I kidding? You just love the sound of your own voice.
Here, let me give that a shot. New achievement. You are now the best in the dungeon. Reward? Your only reward is now you get to rule over all these other poor bastards that are stuck listening to your ass day in and day out. Who am I kidding? You just love the sound of your own voice. And this is in regards to Princess Donut.
Always.
Of course. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to New Achievement. I'm Shard, the host of this podcast. Today our guest is Wax Immortal, also known as Chance.
Hi.
So Chance here is one of the only people I have on the guest list who has read Dungeon Crawler Carl in its entirety.
Am I really the only one?
Mm-hmm. So,
Such a great book.
Don't spoil anything. I know you've
I'm
been
not.
through all 7. Book 8, for those of you who don't know, is coming out the pre-orders start in a couple of days, and then in April, Book 8 is coming out. So that's super exciting.
I'll have to keep my eyes out.
Yes. So with that, we're going to get right into Chapter 4. Once again, spoiler for those who haven't read it. Please support the official release. You can find it on Audible. You can use a free credit on Audible for Dungeon Crawler Carl, or you can buy it. That's what I do. There's physical copies as well, which we have right here for us to keep track of stuff. It's an amazing book. We highly recommend it.
Highly.
So before we get into Chapter 4, do you have any thoughts on Chapters 1 through 3 that you wanted to state?
1 through 3 is kind of introductory, eases you into the chaos that is DCC.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of exposition as well. Also, hello, Alley Cat. Good to meet you. Now, did you? I know you didn't watch the first podcast yet, but did you notice the thing about the fire?
No.
Yeah, so he mentions a fire, and there's a very particular fire that brings in certain characters later on, so keep an eye out for that. But with that, we're going to get into Chapter 4. For those of you who missed it, Carl, in the last chapters, killed a bunch of goblins with his feet, and then made it back into the safe room, and now he's going through the tutorial with Mordecai, and Mordecai is kind of like the Hey Mitch of the series. He's kind of like a alcoholic who's been in this dungeon for a very long time. So we get a little backstory with him.
The best way I can describe him is everyone's favorite step uncle.
Yeah, he does give step uncle vibes.
Yeah.
Unky.
Yeah.
Big unk. Big, especially when, yeah, well, spoilers. But yes, big unk. So Carl's sitting down right now at the start of Chapter 4. And basically, it's explaining, like, hey, so there's this big, bad galactic empire who's like, oh, we're going to seed worlds with different species, right? So there's 6 main species, and humans are just one of them. We're a crop.
Yeah.
Like they're breeding us.
Which isn't really all that surprising.
And we don't really know why they're breeding us yet. And he's not allowed to tell us. He makes it very particular within this. And he's like, they have such amazing technology that you're not going to understand. You're going to call it magic and not understand.
It's bordering magic.
But yeah, bordering magic. It is matter manipulation.
Yeah.
And so he starts explaining when all of this started being prepped. And apparently he got in the system, or the first Ford unit got it around 1930s, and he got there in the 60s.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because weren't there like a lot of like alien superstitions in the 60s?
A lot of conspiracies.
And Carl's like, okay, why is this happening? And it goes into, okay, well, this is kind of like a corporate's fucking you type of thing, right? Because he's like...
Very much so, now that I think about it.
Yeah, he's like, the moment there is a unified government or like some type of government on the surface, people will make contact, and then you have 50 years to file the proper paperwork. Apparently... they made contact during the Egyptian times, and when those great pyramids were made, and then they had 50 years to file paperwork, but Borant, the corporation that's running this whole crawl,
Yeah, head honcho, if you will.
yeah, is like backlog in worlds. Like, how many worlds do they own, and why are planets owned like this? Massive real estate.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So we learned about the syndicate, which consists of over 3 billion independent systems. Born is a corporation within the syndicate. They are basically running Survivor in grand scheme.
Yeah, very Survivor-esque.
And it's a lot of exposition trying to explain why this crawl is happening. But Carl starts to realize, holy shit, I'm on an alien television show. How would it make you feel if you just discovered that you're like on a Big Brother thing? You're in a TV show.
Not too sure. I would be shocked, obviously, as I think we all would. But
Would it stress you out? Would you like start getting into character? Like, what would be your first reactions?
my first reaction would probably be somebody's pulling my leg.
So, like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Nah. No, where's the cameras?
Yeah. I need visible proof.
We get a little bit more backstory with Beatrice in this moment where it's like, yeah, Beatrice used to apply for reality TV shows.
Yeah.
And Carl's like, I'd rather kill myself. Or sorry, Twitch, unalive myself. And so we're kind of understanding Beatrice is a diva and problematic even more than we think.
Very much so.
And then it starts breaking it down where he knows that he's eventually going to get a race change and a class change, and that's not until the 3rd level. And he asks why that is. So why is it? Why is it that they don't get to choose their class and stuff right away?
If I remember correctly, why not? I'm blanking.
Can't remember, guys.
No, I cannot.
See, this is why they don't give it to you immediately.
Nope.
Because if you die on the 1st or 2nd floor to a random mob, it costs a lot of energy to transfigure someone into a different race.
That's what it was.
Matter deposition configuration takes a lot of power.
Probably costs a lot of money to do that as well.
Yeah, and the money doesn't really start pouring in until the 2nd floor and 3rd floor for sponsors.
So let me ask you a question. If you could become a different race, what would you choose? I got him thinking now.
Yeah, because I actually was about to ask a question like that, so I'm gonna I'll answer your question with my own question. What's your go-to D&D character? Because I know you play D&D.
Yeah. Well, I recently started playing D&D, but my go-to is usually an elf.
An elf?
Yep.
Is it because you're so short and you wish you were taller?
No need to point that out.
For me, my go-to, I've only played one character in D&D ever, and I'm always an owl king. I think it's so funny having a dumbass bird just running around. If I had the choice, though, because even Carl contemplates this, where he's like, in video games, I normally choose another race, but if this was real life, would I actually want to be changed?
Because in games...
Sorry, loud exhaust just went off, and we're in a part of town where you don't know if it's fireworks or gunshots.
Yep.
Anyway, for me, I think if it's going to, and we'll get into this a little later, so a little bit of spoilers here. It's really going to depend on my social numbers.
That makes a little bit of sense.
If I have a theme going, a really strong theme, I'm not going to want to change what I look like.
But let's just put theme aside if you didn't have a theme.
Absolutely. I would love to have wings.
An owl?
Yeah, I'd love to have 365 like head movements. This body is weak. It can become better.
Be able to turn your head around like the Exorcist.
And sorry, I'm just retracking where I'm at. So what about you? Would you change? Would you want to change?
See, like you brought up earlier, this brings up a good point because if it's a video game, I would in a heartbeat. Because you could always, if you don't like it, go back and choose a different one. But it's real life, so it's permanent.
Yeah, and there's no respawning in this game.
Yeah.
Dead is dead.
So, I guess I would have to weigh all the options. If it's better than what I currently am, I would most likely choose a different race.
Yeah, but Carl makes a mention of this. When presented with the option, a lot of people don't go with it. So, like,
Yeah.
in real life, like, the stress of it all would definitely change.
Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where it's easier said than done.
Yeah, it is easier said than done. Like, I think it would be very painful growing feathers and having a beak and having a weird neck joint that goes 360.
Yeah, it would pretty much be learning to walk all over again.
Walking on the sun.
Or fly.
Or fly. Oh, God. I feel like I would get motion sick trying to fly for the first time. Just fly a little bit and then... But anyway, Dungeon Crawler Carl. So, after that giant exposition, Mordecai grants him access to his crawler menu. He's like, all right, let's get through this tutorial. So he starts running through this HUD for him. He's got a mini map. He's got notifications. He has a health bar, a mana bar. And Mordecai is just running through it, how it's supposed to work, what it does. And he makes it very clear. Carl's pretty adept at working this menu already.
Yeah.
Even though it's just in his head, he's like pinching things by squinting his eyes and moving them around, opening the map, making it bigger. And honestly, I think Mordecai does a pretty good job in regards to the tutorial.
I would love to have him as my game guide.
Absolutely. Despite his alcohol problem.
Yeah, but not quite there yet in the story.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Would you piss in his mother's ashes?
Would I piss in his mother's ashes? Like as a human or a cat?
As a cat.
As a cat? Most definitely. Absolutely.
So that brings me into my next question. What is the best tutorial you've ever been through in a video game?
Oh, that's a good question. See, what I like in a good tutorial is it doesn't hold your hand through blocks of text. Like it shows you what you can do and then lets you experiment with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and a good game that comes to mind right now is Code Vein.
Code Vein. Okay, that was definitely not one I was expecting.
Yeah, like it because it's a very in-depth system, and it kind of holds your hand in the tutorial to show you what can all be done, but it also lets you experiment with it too.
And it's also not overbearing.
That too. It's not just like 3 pages of just text.
So mine's going to be actually a really weird one. The Xbox 360 Minecraft tutorial world.
That is a good one though.
It shows you a little bit of redstone, shows you how to move, teaches you to craft certain things, and it's friendly about it. It's not forcing it. And you don't even have to follow the tutorial. The tutorial world was completely explorable.
That too.
You could build, do whatever you want in it. So
You could never even leave if you didn't want to.
yeah. What was the most unique tutorial you've been through?
The most unique.
Mine was New Vegas.
New Vegas is a good one.
the way you wake up and Doc's like, okay, I need you to tell me this, this, and this about yourself. Oh, this and this is how it works. And you go outside and you're like, go get a gun from this guy. He'll teach you how to shoot, etc., etc. Use VATS.
I might have to get back to you on this one.
All right, when you think of it, just let me know. So, Dungeon Crawler Carl, back to it. So he starts exploring the map. He realizes different dots mean different things. White ones mean NPCs. X's mean dead bodies. Red means enemies. And there's other colors that he'll find out along the way.
And this is all on the mini-map, right?
Mm-hmm. All in the mini-map. Afterwards, Mordecai's all like, all right, pull up this page. This is your life and death. And he brings up his stat page. And at this point, Carl's stats are Strength 6, Intelligence 3, Constitution 5, Dexterity 5, and Charisma 4. And then Carl goes to explain that most humans are between 1 and 5 in these stats. And the fact his strength is at 6 is pretty impressive. Which we know from previous chapters that he used to go to the gym every day or every other day.
Yeah, he wasn't quite a regular yet, but he frequented.
And from those stats, from there, it comes the viewership thing where it finally sets him. People are going to be watching him. He sees the viewers tab, the patrons, followers, etc. And Mordecai kind of explains how all that works, but he's like, listen, it's not going to populate to the second floor, right? This will save your life in tough situations, but you don't got to worry about that to the second floor. If you get on a recap episode, your stuff's gonna go through the roof.
Yep.
And then Mordecai starts breaking down his menus and how to put stuff into his inventory. He also talks about there's the different types of loot boxes. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, legendary, and celestial. And Carl's like, okay, can I open my boxes now? I need stuff. And Mordecai's like, wait, there's a
not
process.
quite yet.
There's a process.
Trust the process.
And he's still just yapping. And we find out that anytime he mentions the name Borant or Syndicate, Mordecai kind of tenses up because he explains to them, hey, they're recording you now. You said their name. They're watching you.
And then he also goes on to explain, if I remember correctly, that they're always watching, but not necessarily always paying attention.
Exactly. And that's a key word there.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't say their name, you're okay. So it looks like we're already starting to get into using code words to make not draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah.
We then get into the skills menu, which is so funny because apparently there's hundreds of different
Thousands.
skills.
There's skills for everything. Breathing,
operating a Sony brand RMVL Z620 universal remote control, which, by the way, he has a 1 in.
Yeah.
This man does not know how to use a universal control.
He's the one that hits it to get it to work.
He's the one who throws it because he gets so frustrated by it. But before we continue on, what is your thoughts on live viewership?
Like, what do you mean?
The mechanic of live viewership.
Oh, and the mechanic? Yeah. See, I think it's an interesting concept because anyone can be watching you at any given time. And
except in the bathrooms.
Yeah, bathrooms, major one. They had some complaints about that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, previous Borant system, people were shitting in the hallways, apparently.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
Apparently, yeah, they want to see them get their guts strewn across the hallway, apparently. I think that's more gross.
Yeah, I always found that kind of odd. It's like, you want to see one thing, but you don't want to see the other one. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the viewership kind of gets a little odd.
From there, do you have any questions before we move on? Because we're almost done with chapter 4.
Not really.
All right. As they're going through this, he also notices his health tab. It gives him a breakdown of uh, everything going on with his body. His hands are kind of damaged from fighting the goblins. He was cured of hypothermia. He can tell when something specific gets hurt, and he can concentrate his heal potion on certain spots. And while he's doing this, we get our first little look at the announcer, which I'm not going to give away her name because that's a big point in the future.
Yeah.
But do you want to read it or should I?
You do a better voice at this. Let's have you do it.
So we get a little fish woman who pops up in the webtoon. I love how it yummy guts, exactly, Allie. In the webcomic, they have her actually like levitating naked, like in front of them, crisscross applesauce. It's kind of neat.
I have not read the webtoon yet.
You need to. The way it visualizes stuff is really great. Again, the only problem I have with it, they have him in heart-shaped boxers already, and he doesn't have those yet.
No, he does not.
No, he doesn't. But anyway, to the announcement. Hello, crawlers. The dungeon is now sealed. We have a diverse group joining us this season, and we are very happy to have you here. We had just under 13 million human crawlers make it through the gates and into the dungeon. We are already down to under 10 million. A quick note, the entrances to the second floor will not open up until the introductory episode of Dungeon Crawler World Tunnels, which will be in approximately 30 of your hours. Once that happens, the entrances to the second level will populate. There will be no lag time for the appearance of additional levels. On behalf of the Boren Corporation, I wanted to thank you for volunteering, and I wish you all good luck and a happy crawl.
Quick side note, just how insane is that? You went from 13 million to just 10 in a couple of hours.
It's such a... Sorry, there's banging. I'm not sure if y'all are picking that up.
I think that might still be the exhaust.
Yeah, no, someone's exhaust. Boom, boom.
Hopefully.
If their exhaust sounds like that's a problem. But I think 3 million is such a big number that's hard to comprehend. But I think that would be the entirety of Charleston just disappearing off the map.
I think so.
That would be if Charleston got nuked.
Yeah.
That would be 3 million gone in an instant.
Just like that.
And I'm with Carl here. I wouldn't be able to comprehend it exactly.
No. In fact, I think he's just awestruck by that number.
Yeah. Yummy guts. Anyway, from there, he starts asking, is it hard to find a staircase? And Mordecai's like, no, it's pretty simple. Sometimes it gets stuck behind, bosses and stuff like that. But besides that, pretty straightforward until you get to the higher levels. And apparently Carl had a party of two, him and Donut, his cat. And finally, we get to the point of where Mordecai realizes Carl has a legendary box.
Legendary pet box, right?
On the first floor. And he starts freaking out. He's like, oh, yeah, no, why didn't you say something? And Carl's like, I'm going to punch this bitch.
Again, because if I remember correctly, he almost punched him as soon as he entered the guild hall, right?
Yeah. And but before they get into that, Carl goes, oh, what about if people win the dungeon? Because they mentioned that if they make it to the 18th floor, they get all the resources. And Mordecai kind of stops and goes, listen, man, I made it to the 11th floor. And when I saw what was blocking, when I saw what was blocking the way to the 12th floor, I got out of there. The highest anyone's gotten is the 13th floor. Out of 18 floors, only 13.
And only one person made it to the 13th, and they only lasted 30 minutes. Half an hour.
Holy crap. I think when I first read that kind of shocked me really badly. Like, how hard does this get? How many die per floor? Like, we're already at 10 million. What happens when we get there? How many are left?
Yeah, and as less and less start becoming or start getting to the floors, does that number keep increasing for the crawls that get killed, or does that kind of dwindle down because they start getting smarter to the ways of the dungeon?
Yeah, I know people, we know that people start taking deals on the 10th floor at this point. That they start offering deals around the 10th floor. So obviously some people take deals instead of continuing on. But we won't know more about that until a long way down the way.
Yeah.
And then we get to chapter 5. And chapter 5 is so fun.
It is.
Because it's the AI giving you all the achievements, all the descriptions. And yeah, some people are going to put, oh, this is just exposition. But this is where I encourage you all, please go read or listen to the audiobook. Jeff Hayes.
Just sound booth theater does such a great job.
Sound booth theater in general does such a good job in these descriptions. It is to die for. It makes this very monotone chapter have so much life.
It really does.
So, here's the list of achievements. I want you to choose your favorite one, and I will read it.
My favorite one.
Yes, this page and the next page. And while he does that, I'll by the way, I got something a little out of order. He starts messing with his inventory at the beginning of chapter 5. I kind of had that out of order.
I already have my favorite one.
You already have it?
Yep.
All right. So, again,
I had to do it.
oh, you motherfucker.
Yep. Do it.
New achievement. Podophilia. You use your bare feet to crush and kill an opponent. Hey, that's my fetish. Keep doing it and you'll be rewarded. This will help. Reward? You've received a gold shoebox. I wonder if that will become important in the future.
No idea.
Nobody knows. We can't read more than one in a certain time frame because copyright reasons. So,
That makes sense.
we learned we can only open loot boxes in safe areas. Safe areas are always marked in the fog of war. And we then just get right into Carl getting his items. I'm going to mention the things of note. He gets potions of healing. He gets fingerless gloves, a toad cudgel. Apparently it's a stick, like kind of shorter than a baseball bat.
Also, the AI description for the toad cudgel is awesome.
Yes, which we get to here in a minute. He gets a potion of manning, a poison antidote, torches, and he gets a goblin pass. And this goblin pass is just a tattoo that slaps itself on him. He gets no choice.
Yep.
Imagine getting a tramp stamp. Imagine if you enter the dungeon, the first tattoo you get, it just slaps itself above your butt. Here's a tramp stamp. Congratulations.
It's kind of like the face tattoo in Hangover, where it just happens.
It just happens. Here it is.
No fighting it.
What's that one song where it's like, I woke up with this strange tattoo. Not sure how I got a dollar in my pocket.
I do not remember the name of that.
It's Tonight by Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think. Or
I think so.
yeah, I think it's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That seems like something they would sing about.
And then he gets the Enchanted Knight Gaunt Cloak of Stoutness and a Trollskin shirt, which Mordecai freaks out about.
He does.
He's like, whoa. And then the toe ring.
Gotta love the toe ring.
Toe ring is insane. And then an enhanced pet biscuit. We'll put that on pause. We'll come back to that later. The first thing he analyzes is the pet biscuit, and that's the first description we get of an item. And basically the AI is just saying, feed it at your own risk. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Who knows?
And so he's holding it, and he's just like hanging out, and he's talking to Mordecai about it, and Donut just jumps and bites his hand,
As cats do.
and takes it out of his hand and eats it. And from there we end chapter 6, and with that we're gonna go into our mid-roll. But before we get into that, Allie, Dungeon Crawler Carl Crocs collab.
Are those real things?
No, because I think they're just basic pink Crocs that are too small.
It needs to happen.
Honestly, it would have been so funny if they gave him another pair of small Crocs in his golden shoebox.
I feel like it's gonna happen soon again.
No. If for those of you who've watched it already, I think we're pretty much he's gonna be barefoot the entire dungeon. I'm trying not to spoil too much, but with that, we're gonna go into our mid roll. Do you want to take your break? Want to take the break before the mid roll or after?
I'm fine with after.
After. Okay. So, hey guys, so during the mid-roll, we kind of go over some projects we're working on, do a little advertisement. And the very first one we obviously got to go over is Mr. Reforge. There we go.
I would also show off merch if I had any.
We'll get you one.
I'm planning on it.
Yeah.
I really want one of the Letterman jackets they have.
The Letterman jackets look so cool. I hear they give that to people who get the subscription service here. That's how Nick got his.
I might need to look into that.
Exactly. But for those of you who don't know what Reforge Gaming Lounge is, it is a bar/gaming lounge located in Charleston, South Carolina. It is where we are hosting our podcast today. Basically, you can come in, pay $10 to play an hour on a state-of-the-art gaming PC, PS5, Xbox, old gen stations like an N64 or an NES.
They have so many things. They recently just now got a MetaQuest 3, right?
Yeah, that's going to be set up soon, and I'll be able to bring in my MetaQuest, and we'll be able to do VR stuff together because I bring in my MetaQuest all the time. They have custom drinks like potions. We both have potions as we speak. This is the stamina potion. That can be. Oh, go ahead.
No.
What's yours?
I have a health potion.
And some of them come in non-alcoholic editions as well.
They do also have milkshakes as well.
And the milkshakes are one of the first things they have on their menu. They have obviously food items. They're bar items, but they're food items that are pretty good. They have soda, and it's a really great time. You can either buy a day pass, which is $20 during the weekday, and a half-day pass is $20 during the weekend, $40 for the whole day.
Yep.
You can bring your friends in, get on a gaming PC. They have, 30 different avenues?
Something like that. Oh, if you also don't want to come in and game, they also stream anime pretty much from start to open. So if you just want to come in, watch some anime, and hang out.
With a specific time on Sundays called Brunchy Roll, where we eat breakfast items and watch anime. JJK's on a lot. We have One Piece. And whatever you request if you get in early enough.
That too.
So go check out Reforge online if you're ever in the area. Come check it out. We would love to meet y'all.
Highly recommend it.
The owner, David and Chris, which David was one of the co-founders on the last episode, are amazing people, super supportive of the community. And yeah, with that, Chance, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Well, funny thing how I got into Dungeon Crawler Carl. One of the places I used to work at, one of my coworkers described it to me as a book where a cat can... I don't know if this is going to be spoiling something.
Yeah, you might want to wait on that.
Yeah, where a cat does something really bizarre that doesn't really seem like it should happen, and it piqued my interest right away.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I think you might know what I'm talking about.
The thing that hooked me was the man in his underwear with a cat. I was like, okay, where the fuck are you going?
See, the funny thing is, nowhere in the description I was told was he was in his underwear barefoot with a cat crawling or going into a dungeon. It was just cat-related stuff.
cat. We like cats here. We're big cat fans.
I'm a huge animal fan.
Yeah, me too. So for me, I learned about it by accident. I had I think I saw one TikTok on it, and it was just a basic description on it, and I instantly started reading it. And I have all 7 releases. I'm subscribed to Matt Diniman's Patreon.
I also did not realize how big of a thing this was when I first started getting into it. I thought it was just, a small little side project that was happening.
It is small right now, but it's getting big. There will be a TV show here in the next 2 years. The 8th book.
Is that planned?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It also got Book of the Year by Barnes & Noble.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
So it is growing. It is growing quickly. There's a few podcasts out there. One notable, I think the most popular one's called Hello Crawlers. I didn't know about it until after I started planning this. So,
well, let's throw new achievement in there as well.
New achievement. Hopefully, we've been doing good so far. Now, in regards, do you have any projects you would like to mention on this mid-roll?
I currently have nothing going on.
All right. So in regards to me, I have some Minecraft projects coming up. I will be opening up the Patreon within next week or the week after, where you'll have access to any mods I code, any builds I make, to do commission requests, and special episodes of the podcast. Me and Chance here are planning on doing a spoiler backtrack of.
Maybe then I can actually reveal how it was actually described to me.
Exactly. A backtrack of Dungeon Crawler Carl for people who have read the series before, going back and piecing things together as we go. So I think that'll be a Patreon exclusive. I'll probably have another podcast made for just random talking that will be posted once a month, but you can get it after it's recorded. I'll have several options. I just have to get the menu together for the Patreon to actually seem, feasible. I will also be having competitions in Minecraft hosted within the next month or 2 where you can earn actual real life money. Oh my goodness. There will be a prize pool. I'm almost done with 2 of the competitions. So keep your eye out for that. I'll have announcements on the Patreon and on any of my social media. For those of you who don't know where to find us, My Shard of Reality on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That's where you find me.
Where will you be hosting these tournaments?
Oh, where do you think? Reforge Gaming Lounge. But with that, I think we're good for a break. So let me go ahead and roll an ad, and let me find the button on here. I've never done it through here. Also, for those of you who haven't been here before, we normally do a Q&A session at the end of the podcast. So we only have 1 chapter left. It's only probably going to take us 20 minutes to do it. And then we'll do a Q&A session that will not be on the Spotify. And for those of you who missed the first episode, the Spotify post of that first podcast will be out tomorrow at 6 a.m. And for those of you rewatching it, that's 1:26 at 6 a.m. EST. So I would appreciate it if y'all go check it out. Just look up New Achievement on YouTube. Or, no, Spotify, and that's where we'll be. With that, I can't find where the ads roll, so I'm just going to do the starting screen. So we will be back shortly. All right, guys. Hello, we're back. So I kind of advertised this wrong. We're only doing chapters 4-6 because it's 3 chapters. I put 4-7.
It's fine. Stuff happens.
Stuff happens. So 7 through 9 will be next week. But we're going to tangent a little bit on this next chapter because it's literally 3 pages. So then we'll have some extra time for the Q&A. So if you have questions, get them in now. I'll be able to answer any questions about Dungeon Crawler Carl, Minecraft projects, my VR content, Reforge, anything like that. If you have questions for Chance, like if he's single, or if how he became a talking cat.
I
Go
would
ahead.
love to be a talking cat.
You are a talking cat, buddy. You just lost your fur.
I'm one of those sphinxes. That's what it is.
A sphinx.
Yeah. I need somebody to knit me a little hoodie.
Dungeon Crawler Carl hoodie. By the way, the fucking
What was that?
For those of y'all watching on the podcast, I just grabbed my chest and pushed it out. But anyway, listening on the podcast. Anyway,
Listening.
the Dungeon Crawler Carl merch is so good, and they just got a brand new website, and it's so nice. MattDiniman.com.
I have not checked out the merch.
You need to. My best friend's buying me a hoodie. That's his new achievement.
That'd be perfect to wear here.
Exactly. It won't be our official logo, but, it's good to rep the merch from Matt Diniman. Anyway, Dungeon Crawler Carl. Donut turned into a blob. Fleshy blob on the ground.
Just pile of meat.
Have you ever seen, like, you ate a bunch of sushi and then threw it up? Yeah, that's basically what she looks like.
Don't freeze it like that.
What? It's true. It would be fucking gross. She's just a pile of mass just curling on the ground, pulsating.
See, how I picture it is, I don't know if you've ever watched Supernatural.
Yes.
Okay, the skinwalkers. How they shed their skin.
Yeah.
That's how I picture it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. Anyway,
so gross.
It's absolutely disgusting. The visualization for that for me was just really really bad. It made me cry a little bit. I'm like, no, not the cat. Don't let the cat die. When I first read it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he starts reading descriptions of things, and honestly, the first description, which is going to be the only one I'm going to be allowed to read because of copyright, it's perfect. It's the toad cudgel.
Yeah. So good.
Big stick for bonking. Bonk toad, bonk mob, bonk girlfriend, and drag back to cave by hair.
A lot of bonking.
A lot of bonking.
What do you expect to do with a giant stick besides bonking?
Make a fire.
With only one stick and nothing else?
Make fire in bed.
I regret asking my question.
We get a description about his goblin past, which, again, forced itself on him.
Yeah. And it also shows on the outside of his jacket as well.
Which is interesting. So did it burn through his jacket?
That's what I always wondered, like, or is it kind of like a holographic design on the outside of his jacket, but then he takes it off and it's a tattoo?
Don't be depressed. Get a tattoo. Anyway.
I have them.
Same. When did you get your first tattoo?
When I was 18.
Same. Did you get it here locally?
No, I got it from where I'm from, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, you're Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I'm a cheesehead.
You're a cheesehead. Yeah.
And I moved down here to get away from this weather, and
Here we are again.
yeah, it was 29 at some point today.
29?
Yeah, it was cold today.
I've barely been outside today. When I went outside to drive here, it wasn't that cold for me. So
I'm just glad it heated up.
excuse me. Anyway, Dungeon Crawler Carl, Goblin Pass makes goblins not immediately attack him, which is good.
Very good, since he killed some on his
Already?
way. Yeah,
Yeah. That would suck.
that would suck.
However, he does take 20% extra damage by fairies.
That's what it was. I was trying to remember what the extra damage was.
So let's hope Tinkerbell ain't in this dungeon about to throw whatever she crafted at him, because it's going to hurt like a bitch.
That pixie dust ain't gonna be pixie dust.
It's going to be cocaine. But we'll get to the drugs later, won't we?
I forgot about the drugs.
That is the best part to me. That's honestly for my Minecraft Dungeon Crawler Carl idea. I'm basing the drug war on the first floor. I'm making my own, but
I love that.
a little bit of spoilers, but a little bit of a tease.
You'll get it in the very next chapters, I do believe.
No, it's about 10.
Is it chapter 10?
Yeah, chapter 10. Or well, we don't know he has it on him until he trades it with the goblins.
Yeah.
Anyway, more teasers. Spoilers. Anyway, we go through the night gaunt, and then we go through the trollskin shirt. Basically, he has some really good starter items.
Which is insane for a tutorial stuff.
Yeah, and Mordecai's over here like, why are you getting such...
One could say he's cheating.
Oh, a lot of people are going to say that, aren't they? And then he gets... we go through the toe ring. I can read the toe ring, I think. Should I read the toe ring?
Well, you already read the foot achievement, so let's read the toe ring as well.
Yeah, we'll read the toe ring. Enchanted toe ring of the splatter skunk. Imbues wearer with +3 strength and gives +3 to the skill powerful strike. Also, it's a toe ring. It's probably uncomfortable, and it makes you look like one of those hippie assholes who sit around in field juggling and hula hooping all day.
If you got this accessory, would you be hesitant to put it on?
No, I will wear any piercing or anything someone gives me. As long as it's not like a cock ring.
I was about to say Prince Albert.
Or Prince
It's like-
Albert. As long as it's not that, I'm good. I'll wear nipple rings. I'll wear earrings. I'll wear nose rings. I'll wear eyebrow rings. I'll wear toe rings. It's going to be uncomfortable walking on that shit, but hopefully I get used to it.
I don't know if you would ever get used to that. Unless your foot molds to it.
Maybe. We don't know. Something funny that kind of just like came out of nowhere for this. He's going through his skills and you realize he has a really high skill in Frogger.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
In your skill tab, if you were in the dungeon, what would be your highest skill, you think?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Probably I would have a 10 in Witcher 3.
Witcher 3?
I put so many hours into that game.
I love that for you.
I'm also currently doing another playthrough for it.
Really? You
Yeah,
recording it?
Sadly, no.
Ah, damn. I was about to say,
But I'm getting myself ready for the Witcher 4 that's coming out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was coming. That's super exciting. I think my 10... I think I'd have a high number in swimming, a little bit above average, and a little bit above average in Minecraft building. Or Dungeon Crawler Carl knowledge.
That too.
That too. But besides that, I'll probably be pretty average around the board. I don't think there's really anything that I would be excelled at or anything like that. Maybe BDSM knowledge.
Do I want to know?
No. Anyway, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I kind of want to ask.
So he's going through all this stuff, and all of a sudden he hears a voice behind him.
Who could that be?
That is just immediately starts insulting him and goes, "I don't understand why Miss Beatrice hired you." And Carl starts looking around, and who is it, Chance?
It is the one and only, my favorite crawler, Princess Donut.
The damn cat.
Yep.
And with that, chapter 6 comes to an end. Because again, it's only 3 pages. I honestly don't know what else to talk about this. There's not a lot that happens.
If a cat starts insulting you, would you kick it?
A cat already insults me. His name is Pico. He lives at my house. He doesn't know how to communicate like a normal cat. And he'll act like he needs pets or wants pets. And then he'll fucking attack you. And he's so ornery about it. It's so fucking annoying.
That seems pretty normal for a cat, though.
No, I grew up with cats. Cats normally really like me, and Pico likes me. I think he's an autistic cat. He does not know how to express his feelings properly, so he immediately goes for the bite.
Love bites. That's all it is.
Well, here's the thing. I'm allergic to cats, and my hand will swell if he bites me, so I have to avoid that.
Keep that EpiPen ready.
It's not that bad, but yeah, like I love the cat to death, but he is an ornery cat. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Do any of us know what we're doing?
No, but most cats I've met know how to cat properly.
Catting seems pretty easy. You just lay around, stare off into space, and freak people out.
Exactly. Kill mice occasionally if you're that type of cat.
Or if your name is Tom, befriend the cat and pretend to kill it.
Exactly, Tom and Jerry.
Spoilers for Tom and Jerry.
I don't think there's not even a new show for Tom and Jerry. I don't think we can spoil anything. I think the last new episode of Tom and Jerry came out 20 years ago.
Which they need to bring it back, in my opinion.
They do, but I don't think slapstick humor does well these days.
I don't care. I still love it.
I need Tom and Jerry back. Give me my Tom. Named a feral tomcat after him. That's true. Anyway, with that, we will go into the Q&A section, and we will yap a bit while we're waiting on the questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them in. I'm kind of sad that you're not doing 7, because 7 was a really good chapter. But
It really wasn't. I had a really good chapter name for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. While the questions are coming in, let's talk about our chapter names. What's the chapter name you came up for chapter 4?
Chapter 4, I came up kind of basic. I came up with the game guide because it's going kind of into the nitty gritty of how everything works.
Yeah. No, that's pretty straightforward. I have a funny one for that.
What is your funny one?
A rat mansplains to me.
That is pretty good. I did not think about that, honestly, because I forgot that he is a rat.
He is a rat. He's a ratkin. Ratkin brute, to be exact.
Is he a brute?
No, wait. Is he a brute or is he a... Hold on.
I thought he was just a ratkin.
Let me look it up.
That one photo that you showed me, he was a brute there.
What is Mordecai on the first floor of DCC? Oh, he's a rat hooligan. I'm so sorry. I got that wrong. Also, my girlfriend just texted me and said we should do a Dungeon Crawler Carl Jeopardy.
That would be fun.
That would be really fun. We would need people who've read the full thing, though. Or we could do per book and then do an overall.
We could.
That could be a Patreon exclusive thing.
That would be fun.
That would be really fun, actually. I could come up with that pretty easily. Anyway, chapter 5. What was your chapter name?
So, this is where I start getting funny. My chapter 5 name is What's in the Box?
That's a good one. I really enjoy that. Mine would be the voices in my head are comedic.
That's also a very good one. I love the AI in this book.
The AI is the best character, hands down, especially as you get...
Second best. Princess Donut, all the way.
Nah.
Yeah.
Donut is great. Her. No, I can't say that. There's certain things about her in the future that bother me, but she's still a good character. She's just not my favorite.
She goes through her ups and downs like any good character does.
I love how my girlfriend's hyping herself up in chat. For those of you who are watching on the podcast, my girlfriend, who's in the Twitch chat, goes, AlleyCat99. I second your girlfriend's idea. She sounds super smart and awesome.
I tripled that idea. I would totally buy those.
I quadruple that. No. She's talking about the Jeopardy idea.
Oh, I thought she was talking about
You're
the
gonna buy
Crocs.
Jeopardy? Yeah. You're gonna buy Jeopardy?
Who's hosting Jeopardy now?
I don't know.
They better watch
Alex
out.
would know. Alex, who's hosting Jeopardy now? We'll wait for that because it's a 3-minute delay. But anyway, yeah, we could host a Jeopardy. That'd be pretty cool. A trivia for Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah.
At the end of each book. And we can do Patreon exclusive and then release it like a couple weeks later. Be a good idea. Um, and then what's your chapter 6?
My chapter 6 is. It kind of becomes a little bit basic again because I couldn't think of anything else funny. Loot time.
Loot time. Okay. All right.
Kind of a play on hammer time, but
Um,
what would be your name?
I honestly did not come up with a good one for 6 because it's a lot of the same stuff as the 5th chapter. But
Ooh, shiny.
I would do
Ooh, shiny.
Ooh, Shiny's a good one. Or Gearing Up.
Gearing up would be a good one.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
What does this do?
Yeah, what does this do?
Spelled
bonk.
D-I-S.
Bonk.
Bonk would be pretty good.
Bonk is pretty good. And with that, I don't have any more questions coming in. That's all of our chapter names. How you feeling about the podcast so far?
Feeling pretty good.
Do we expect to see you again?
Yeah.
I think it went pretty well with you as well. With that, we're going to leave a couple more minutes for y'all to try leaving some questions for the Q&A. For those of you who are listening on the podcast, if you would like to participate in the Q&A, make sure you tune into a live stream. Next week's live stream is going to be February 1st at 5 p.m. EST. Come join in. Once again, the first episode of the podcast is coming out 1/26 at 6 a.m. This episode will come out the following week, February 2nd at 6 a.m. as well.
So keep a lookout for it.
Yep, and please like and all that jazz. And with that, thank you, crawlers. We will see you next time.
Possibly if you're still around.